Welcome to episode 2 of Unit 9 for grade 10. In this episode, we're going to learn grammar and language functions. I'm going to share with you some tips and techniques that will make you answer any grammar question easily. Now, have you heard of reported speech and reporting statements? Now, in English, we have two kinds of speech. One is direct and the other one is reported speech. What do we mean by direct speech and reported speech? If you take a look at the example I provided, Sarah, I never eat meat. She said these words directly to someone. And then that someone wanted to report what she said. So he said, Sarah said that she never ate meat. Can you see the difference between direct speech and reported speech? Now, in every reported speech sentences, there are some changes that occur to that sentence. The first one is using a reporting verb. What do I mean by using a reporting verb? It's using words like said or told, because I'm reporting someone's speech. And then I have to make changes to the following: the pronouns, verb tense, time reference, and place reference. What do I mean by a pronoun? For example, if the sentence has an I, when I report it, I have to change the I to she or he. The verb should change the tense from one tense to another. How do I do that? For example, if the sentence is in the present simple, I will change it into the past simple. I will take the tense one step backward to make it one step older. What about time reference? If in the sentence the speaker is referring to a time, I have to change it. For example, if they say today, when I report the sentence, I have to say that day. What about the place reference? If the person is referring to a specific place, I have to also change it. If the speaker is saying here, I have to change it into there. Let's take a look at these changes. Now, the first tip for reporting a direct speech into a reported speech is to change the pronoun. Look at the sentence. Look for pronouns and change them. Now, let's go back to the previous sentence. Sarah, I never eat meat. In the reported sentence, we change the pronoun I into she because we know that the speaker is female. That's why I chose she. Sarah said that she never ate meat. And you can notice that I used a reporting verb. The reporting verb that I've used is said. The second tip for reporting a direct speech into a reported speech is to change the tense. What do I mean by that? Just like I said, if the tense was in the present simple, I have to change it into the past simple. Let's take a look at the example again. I never eat meat changed into she never ate meat. The present simple tense turned into a past simple tense. What other changes I have to make? The third tip for reporting a direct speech into a reported one is to change time and place reference. Check if the sentence has any reference for time or change, you have to change it. Let's take an example for time reference change. Lulu said, "You look very happy today." The sentence is in the present simple. When I report it, I have to make some changes. She told me that I looked very happy that day. Now, the time reference in the direct sentence was today, and I had to change it into that day because I am reporting the sentence. It's not today. Maybe I'm speaking tomorrow. That's why I change it into that day. Let's take a closer look at the sentence. You is the pronoun, and I changed it into I because she was speaking to me, you. And then look in the present simple, I changed it into past simple, looked. And the time reference today changed into that day. That's how we change the whole sentence and report it correctly. Let's take a look at the place reference change. Lulu also said, I'm playing here. So when I reported the sentence, I said, she told me that she was playing there. Now look at the reporting verb that I've used. Told instead of said. This is also a reporting verb. She told me that she was playing there. I changed here into there. What did I change also? I changed the pronoun I into she because I know Lulu said that. And I changed the tense from the present continuous into the past continuous. I'm playing into was playing. Now you have a task. I want you to open your student's book, page 133 and 134. There are two tables. One table that have the tense change and the other place and time change. How do tense change? Check the table with me. The present simple will take it one step backward and becomes past simple. The past simple will take it one tense older, it will be past perfect. The present perfect will be past perfect as well. Future will change into would. Present continuous will be past continuous. This table is very important. Fold the page and keep it with you all the time. How do time and place change? Check the table again. The pronoun I can change into he or she. Time reference, for example, last week became the week before, or you can say the previous week. Time reference, this year will change into that year. Also, tomorrow, the next day, or the day after. Place reference, as we said, here will change into there. Now, let's check your understanding. I want to come to the park with you. This sentence is in the present simple. You have to report this sentence. You have 30 seconds or maybe less. Use the tables you have. Check the sentence and report it. Don't forget the pronoun. Don't forget the tense, time reference, place reference, if there was. Let's check the sentence. He said that he wanted to come to the park with us. Now I changed into he. Want became wanted. You became us. It doesn't have to be I. Now, look at the table on page 133 and answer with me. It is raining heavily. The sentence is in the present continuous. Check your table. See, the tense shift. The present continuous will turn into past continuous. Let's check the sentence. Ahmed said that it was raining heavily. Was and is. Raining and raining. So this sentence is in the past continuous. Use the same table again. I will give you a call. Future simple. Check the pronoun, the tense, and report the sentence using the table. Noura said that she would give me a call. Will turned into would because we took the tense one step backward. Will changes into would. I arrived to the restaurant late, past simple. Take your time, check the table, and answer with me. Fatma said that she had arrived to the restaurant late. I took the past simple one step backward, make it one step older. It's the past perfect. Had arrived means past perfect. Well done. I had found my password. It's in the past perfect. Is there anything older than the past perfect? Ask yourself. If you're lucky, the exam will have past perfect direct speech. I had found my password will be reported as Noura said that she had found her passport. When you find the sentence in the past perfect, all you have to do is change the pronoun, time or place reference if was any there. The tense will remain the same because there is nothing older than the past perfect. Now, we have other reporting verbs other than said and told. Let's check them out. For example, it is my first time to make pancakes. Noura admitted that it was her first time to make pancake. She admitted to me. We booked a room online. They explained that they had booked a room online. I will not be late. She promised that she wouldn't be late. I'll try my best to be there. He replied that he would try his best to be there. I will fire you if you don't work harder. His boss threatened to fire him if he didn't work harder. You see all these verbs I highlighted. Admitted, explained, promised, replied, and threatened. They are all correct reporting verbs. Modal verbs. In the previous episode, we learned about modal verbs. Let's learn more about them. Have to, must, and should. Have to and must is for expressing obligation and necessity. Should is for giving advice. Let's take a look at have to. Expressing necessity and obligation. Have to, you have to wear a seatbelt while driving. In this situation, I'm telling the person I'm speaking to that this is necessary and this is an obligation. You have to do it. You can see that the verb coming after have to is in the infinitive. Don't have to. Don't have to expresses the absence of necessity or obligation. You don't have to get up early tomorrow. It's a holiday. So this is something you don't have to do, basically. And you can see the verb coming after don't have to is also in the infinitive. Must. Must is used to express necessity and obligation as well. My eyesight is terrible. I must go to the optician. Now, must here is showing me how important this thing is, okay, and how necessary this thing is. And just like the rest of the modal verbs, must, the verb after must comes in the infinitive. Mustn't, expressing necessity and obligation. Drivers mustn't go beyond the speed limit while driving. And here you can see that this is very important. It's expressing how necessary this thing is. And just like must, the verb is in the infinitive. Now we come to should. Should is all about giving advice and showing how important my advice is. It's called you should wear a coat and gloves. And you can see the verb after should is in the infinitive as well, because we already said that all modal verbs have the verb in the infinitive after them. Shouldn't is about giving advice as well. You shouldn't wear a coat and gloves. The weather is nice today. Now, let's take an exercise. Complete the sentences with must, mustn't, have to, or don't have to. I didn't get up because I dash go to work today. You dash touch the pan, it's hot. I will tell you a secret, but dash keep it to yourself. The last one is everyone dash to be on time. Take a minute, think about it. Must, mustn't, have to, or don't have to? The first answer is I don't have to go to work today. The second one is you must not touch the pan, it's hot. I will tell you a secret, but you have to keep it to yourself. Everyone must be on time. This shows how important and necessary this is. Now, language functions. What do you know about language functions? When you want to answer language functions question, you have to follow these tips. First, write exactly what you would say in that situation. Read the situation carefully and imagine yourself that you are in this situation, and imagine what would you say in that situation. And then answer with full grammatical sentence, meaning don't answer okay or yes. Those are not full sentences. You have to have a full grammatical sentence. Let's take a look. Now, Noura is late to the meeting and didn't notice the time. What would you say in the following situation? Imagine yourself that you're sitting with Noura, and Noura is watching television and forgot all about the meeting. Think what you would say. You have to hurry up. You're 10 minutes late. First, you're telling her to move, and then you will mention the time because she is late. Think about the situation as if you are in this situation. The second situation is your friend came to school wearing jeans. Is that okay? Imagine yourself looking at your friend entering the school wearing jeans instead of the school uniform. What will you say? You must wear a uniform. You should change your clothes. Now look at the modal verbs I used. I used must, should, which shows the importance of wearing the school uniform, and I'm advising my friend to go and change her clothes immediately. In this episode, we learned grammar and language functions. In the grammar, we learned the reported speech, we reported statements, and we expressed obligation, necessity, absence of obligation, and advice. As for language functions, I gave you tips to answer the questions, and we used the modal verbs we took earlier in grammar. That's it for today's episode. Thank you very much, and see you soon.